Good morning. I am hoping, this is the first live stream that I've done, so I'm hoping that people can hear me. Fingers crossed anyway. I am going to get started because I'll give it one more minute and then we'll get cracking. So while we're waiting, you can just come down to your mat and lie on your back. And think about the back of the neck being long, the shoulder blades open, and the sacrum just resting onto the mat. And then we can get cracking. Right. What time is it? past. I think we'll get going. So, good morning, everyone. This is going to be a really quick 15-minute session just to get some movement into our bodies. So really important to keep our brains happy. Our brains are designed to move, so we need to move. And actually, as she says, sitting down, we're actually going to start standing up. And we're just going to start by shaking. So we're going to shake out any tension, stress, anything that we've woken up with that we just don't want. This morning, we're just going to shake it out. So just let your body be really soft. Maybe take it into your leg. Have a little shake out on your legs. And just try and get everything is just shaking. Maybe take the arms up and shake, but you're just shaking, allowing everything to release from your body. Maybe you want to close down your eyes and tune into yourself while you're shaking. Find that kind of coordination. Quite hard to shake arms and legs. Just shake it out. Really let everything that you don't want this morning to just leave your body. Okay? Shaking, shaking, shaking. Up and down. Nice. A little bounce as you go. Do it for a few more seconds. Nice. Breathing. In and out through your nose. And then you're going to come and slowly find your stillness. So take your shaking until it stops. On the top of the mat, and let's just come down onto our backs. And on your back, we're just going to do a little bit of breathing to just balance our nervous system this morning. So we're going to do some box breath, and we're going to do it to a count of 4. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. And if you find that this count is too long, just bring it back to 3. You don't want to be stressed or struggled as you're doing it. So we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Keeping it soft, let's do another round. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhale, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale and hold. And then just bring your breath back in and out through your nose. And we're going to start to move. So that's a really good balancing breath and also a really good breath for focus and concentration. So we're going to come up into our low bridge and then we're going to load. If loading feels too much this morning, just keep your feet down and you can just slowly pulse. But think about the back of the tailbone slightly tucking towards the back of the knees. Your pelvis is in neutral. Your glutes are engaged. Give them a prod, give them a tap if you feel like they're half snoozing. Again, you can have your arms on the floor to balance if you need, or if you want to challenge it up, take your hands and elbows off the floor. Bring your left knee over your hip, and we're just going to lift and lower into this right glute, okay? So feel that right glute activating. Again, give it a prod, give it a tap if it feels like it's asleep this morning. Got 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Swap sides. Right knee over right hip for 10, 9. Pull your left fingers back on your left hand as you do this. Good. Really push up to the ceiling as you pull the fingers back. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bring the right foot down. Just have a little pulse as you do the right hand. So push the right fingers to the ceiling. Really spreading through the palm and creating space across the palm and the thumb, pulling back at the finger break. Good. And then take your hands to circle fists and just circle in those wrist joints. You might feel a little tight this morning. Don't worry. And then shake them off. You're going to roll upper back, middle back, lower back with control down to the mat. And then peel that tailbone off, keeping the back ribs glued until they need to come up. Nice. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Knees are tracking, and then upper back, middle back, lower back, down to the mat. Interlace your hands behind your head, elbows frame your face. Inhale, hit, exhale, lift. Pull this low belly down and back, really hugging into the midline. Good. From here, lift the left knee over the left hip. Place the foot down, inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Right knee over right hip. Again, the pelvis stays level. It's not tipping or twisting. Good. Hugging into this deep abdominal area. Place the foot down. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Breathing out through pursed lips. Left knee hovers. Twist to the left. Slice that right arm to the outer edge of the left thigh. Hug into that midline. Really keep off this left shoulder and not collapsing onto it. Hand behind the head, back to center. Inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Right knee over right hip, twist to the right, 1 inch, slice that right arm to the outer edge of the right thigh, so that left arm, reach away, hug into the midline, elbow is not out wide, it's hugging around the face, good. Feel it in those side abdominals, hand behind the head, inhale, come down. Exhale, we lift. Left knee over left hip, twist to the left, slice the arm, and we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hugging to that midline, back to center. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Right knee over right hip. Twist to the right. Slice the left arm to the outer edge of the right thigh and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, guys. Come down. You're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. Stack your knees over to one side, shoulders stack, and you're going to take that top arm, reach it away and do some big circle sweeps, pulling it round behind you. You might feel tight in your mid-back. You might feel tight across the front of your shoulder, but just move with this and just notice in your body where might feel a little tight, a little sticky this morning. Good. And then from here, come through the middle, knees over to the right. Just doing 3 circles on each side. Stack the shoulders, reach that top arm away, sweep it behind you, pull it into cactus if that feels nice. Pulling against your own body, sweep it down. reach it forwards, rotate, pulling. Good. Always feels a yummy stretch for me. Good. Or mobilization. Good. And then from here, we're going to rock and roll on our backs. Do a couple of little rock and rolls. Woo. Coming on over to all fours. Good. From here, we're going to come straight into dolphin. Interlace the hands, forearms on the mat, release the neck, tuck the toes, lift the bum to the sky. Okay, we want to think about length in the spine. The pelvis is the apex of the point, so really lift up and out of the mat. Good, breathe here. If this feels manageable, come with me. You're going to take your left foot behind you, left heel to bum, and we're going to circle 3 times in the left hip joint, one way and then 3 times the other way, just mobilizing into that amazing joint. We need to get the synovial fluid moving, so this is what we're doing. Juicing up the joints, good. Circle the other way, good. Nice, and then the other way, 3 times both sides. Keep lifting up and out of the mat. This might feel a lot, so if it feels unmanageable, keep your feet on the floor. Good, come down, just take one big breath in child's pose. Feel those back ribs expanding to the ceiling. Really important that we learn to breathe properly. It's all part of the mechanics. Good, and then come up. From here, we're going to come, toes are tucked, and you're just going to sweep the left arm up and over as you reach over. Really lift up and out of this left side, and then slightly come forward, sweep the right arm over. Again, engage the glutes, lift up and out of the pelvis. Feel like you're opening into the side body. Sweep forwards. You're getting a little kind of floating from left to right. Reach, and then the other side. Reach, lovely. Glutes are engaged, good. And then bring that hand down. You're going to take your hands so that they cross across your front of your body. And then we're going to do a thoracic cast. So you're going to twist slightly to the right, lean slightly back, roll round, keeping the lower body stable. We are literally just moving our upper body, our upper rib cage around our torso. Good. 2 this way. And then go the other way. So diagonal, slightly tilt back. Good. Hold the abdominals. Good. Really working into that mid back. Good. Nice. And then come off that and just have a little shake. Interlace the hands behind the head. Elbows are out wide. Again, lift up. Let this head soften back into your hands. You might feel it across the front of your elbows, of your shoulders, sorry, but elbows are wide. And then round, sit your bum back towards your heels. Really soften everything forwards. Open up, squeeze the glutes to lift. Breathe in as you lift up. Exhale, round. Moving with your breath, moving with your body. Lovely, round. Do 2 more, lift up and out. Nice. And then round. Should feel that openness through the back line of the body. Then we're going to take our right foot forward. So we're in 90-90. Squeeze this left glute. Again, lift up and out of the mat. Left arm comes forwards, rotate. We're going to do 3 circles in this shoulder joint. So I'm not twisting as I bring my shoulder back. Everything's staying stable. And I'm literally working into that shoulder joint. Good. Swap sides. If you need to pop your hands down in the interim to get back to this other side, do. Again, push through those right toes, squeeze that right glute, lift up and out of the mat. Right arm lifts, rotates. Good, breathing. Working into that shoulder joint this morning. Another super important joint of the body. Good. And then we lift up, come to stand at the top of the mat, soft knees, arms forwards and up, lengthen the spine. The left foot is going to step back. You're coming to a high lunge. Squeeze this left bum cheek. Right hand takes left wrist. Side bend over to the right. You want to feel this not only in your right side body, but through the front of your left hip flexor. Good, breathe. Back to center, side lunge to the length, long edge of the mat. Sit back into those glutes, length in the spine. Good, breathe. And then rotate to the back of the mat, back to your high lunge. Squeeze this right bum cheek, arms forwards and up. Left hand takes right wrist, side bend over to the left. Squeeze the right bum cheek. Breathe, again, opening up through that side body. Good, back to center, back through the middle, side lunge. And if I show you side on, we're hinging backwards, so we're not just here. The bum is going backwards, and we're thinking about suctioning this thigh bone backwards into, sending the thigh bone backwards, okay? Nice. Creating space in our hips. Good. And then from here, we keep turning, so we face the front of the mat, and we keep turning so our legs, our feet are pointing to the other side of the mat now. Left hand comes down, right arm up. You might feel this in your outer hip, or you should feel it in your outer hip. And breathe. You might feel it in your inner thigh as well. ITB stretch, good. Breathe. You can kind of squeeze your legs together. Really lift up. If you want to open the shoulder, you can let that top arm really pull that top shoulder back. And then come through the middle again. Side lunge. This time we can add in a little bit of rotation to get into that mid back again. Breathe. And then rotate to the back of the mat. Keep turning so the feet face the opposite long edge. Right hand down, left arm up. Pull this right shoulder away from the ear. Breathe. Notice which side feels tighter. Big full belly breaths. Really expanding into the body. Again, if you want to pull this top elbow back, arm back, not pull it back, but just open through the front of the chest. Release the neck. And then come back through the middle, side lunge, left to right, good. And then pause here, so your legs are in a straddle, hands are on the mat if that feels manageable. If not, grab some blocks under your hands. And then you're just gonna tick-tock your hips. So you're dropping the pelvis down on one side and then the other. And you should feel it all the way up into your groin. And it should feel super, super yummy. Breathe as you go. Nice. And then rotate back to the top of the mat. Back foot's going to step in. And you're just going to take your elbows, okay? So you're softening your back body, chest towards your thighs. Let the neck go. Give it a nod. Give it a release. Let the tension just unfurl. You're creating some space in your spine. Again, big full breaths here. Breathe into those back ribs. Keep nodding that neck to make sure that there's no tension. Loading through the feet evenly. And then slowly release. Restack the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming up, we're just going to open the arms back. And then chin to chest, roll down again. Slowly rolling down. Again, release. Let everything be soft. Breathing. I've got a hinge in my hips. I'm not straight-legged. And then restack. Lifting the body up. Let's just roll the shoulders. Lifting them up. And then you're going to lift them to the ears. Squeeze them back towards each other. And then drive them down and hold. Holding the front ribs as you do this, lift them up towards the ears, squeeze in the middle, drive them down the back. Last one, lift, squeeze, drive, give them another roll, just shake everything out. Let it all go. Little last shake this morning, and hopefully you feel ready to take on the day ahead and a little more free and mobile in your bodies. So I hope you've enjoyed that and have a very happy day. Any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, hopefully, see you again soon.